Welcome to the Red Cloud Research Roundup, hosted by Red Cloud Financial Services. It is July 29th. The research team has come together this week to each go over their most recent top junior mining company picks, so get ready for a jam-packed episode. Kicking it off, Managing Director and Head of Equity Research David Talbot is here to go over why he thinks CanAlaska is a worthy uranium story. Following up, VP Mining Analyst Taylor Combaluzier will cover copper and silver with both Aldebaran Resources and Kootenay Silver. Next, Timothy Lee, mining analyst, will move on to gold and nickel with Lumina Gold and Canada Nickel Company. And rounding out the episode, mining analyst Alina Islam will touch on lithium with Brunswick Exploration. So with that, David, over to you.
Thank you for that introduction. Welcome to episode 73 of Red Cloud Securities Research Roundup podcast. I'm David Talbot, Managing Director and Head of Research at Red Cloud Securities, and I'm pleased to join you today as part of an ongoing series of discussions with the Red Cloud Research team. Now, summer can be quite quiet for news. It's heart of the field season, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, and most explorers are hard at work, but results aren't always ready. Thus, the Red Cloud research team would like to mention a few companies that are currently making an impact. I'm going to start with CanAlaska Uranium. We have a speculative buy and no target price, and this is a banking client of Red Cloud. Our recent site visit to the Athabasca Basin simply reinforced our strong views that CanAlaska should be a top pick of ours. Its new Pike Zone discovery in the basement was exciting, but the discovery of the unconformity is next level, and this can become a large world-class uranium asset. 3 reasons why you should buy this. First of all, management. Corey and Nathan have Cameco Exploration and mine pedigree. They understand these types of deposits, and that understanding led directly to the basement-hosted discovery and then tracing mineralization back up to the unconformity. Now, during our multi-company site visit with the buy-side clients in June, you could feel the respect for Corey from senior management teams of other companies, many of which had worked with him in the past. So say what you want about Cameco. They have the people, they had the databases, know-how, and resources to understand these deposits the world over. And I think, ex-Cameco people are making very good management teams and driving successful exploration programs across the globe in uranium. And I could probably name 5 to 6 companies in the Athabasca and Thelon basins alone that are having success, thanks to the understanding of their management teams. Second thing we like, massive uranium intersections, incredible grades and great widths. Right now, the holes they're hitting with average about 6.5% U3O8 over 12.5 meters. And I'm going to round the numbers, but these intersections are 10% over 15 meters, 15% over 10 meters, 3.5% over 21.6 meters on the first section, and then about 7% over 17 meters on the second section now. So, third point here, wide open in all directions. Drilling has really only tested a cross strike of the zone on one section, and I don't even think they found the edges of the unconformity deposit on that section alone. These deposits tend to be long and narrow, and CanAlaska hasn't yet tested in the long direction. So drilling's ongoing. We like this story. Keep watching CanAlaska. Taylor, what can you share with our audience?
Thanks, Dave. Here are my 2 top picks, one for copper and one for silver. On the copper side, we have Aldebaran Resources, which is not rated. Its flagship Alter project is located in one of the top jurisdictions in Latin America, San Juan province of Argentina. It is in good company with numerous other large-scale projects owned by major mining companies. With major reforms being brought in under the leadership of President Milei, we have a positive outlook for miners in Argentina. Secondly, Aldebaran just wrapped up a 20,000-meter drill program to expand the main resource area that returned long runs of mineralization, such as 0.8% copper equivalent over 650 meters within a larger 1,000-meter intercept at 0.6%. We believe the project also provides blue sky potential with numerous exploration targets near the resource areas. And lastly, we are expecting an updated resource estimate for Alter in the second half of 2024 that is anticipated to be at least a 2 times increase of the existing 15.2 billion pounds of copper equivalent resource. This is a project that should be of interest to major mining companies that typically have an interest in deposits over 10 billion pounds of copper. Turning to silver, my top pick is Kootenay Silver. We have a buy rating and $2.85 per share target price. Kootenay is a Red Cloud banking client. The company has run drill programs in each of the past 5 years at its flagship Columba project, an accomplishment given the challenging silver market during some of that time. This is a high-grade silver project that has returned intercepts such as 599 grams per ton silver over 13.5 meters and 650 grams per ton silver over 17 meters. Secondly, with an extensive vein system covering a 3 by 4 kilometer area, we believe there is tremendous potential to identify new veins using geophysics and remote sensing techniques, as well as to extend mineralization in the known veins. And lastly, we are expecting significant news flow from drilling through the remainder of the year with 20,000 meters on tap. This should culminate in a maiden mineral resource estimate around the end of 2024. We are estimating a base case mineral inventory of 108 million ounces of silver equivalent. Over to you, Tim.
Thank you, Taylor. My top pick in the gold space is Lumina Gold Corp. That's LUM on the TSX Venture Exchange. We have a buy rating and a $1.95 target on Lumina. There are 3 things I would highlight about Lumina. First, it is run by the Lumina Group. This brings a strong management team with a track record of exploring, developing, and then selling projects. This also brings the backing of Ross Beatty, one of the most successful mining entrepreneurs, with strong financial support. Second, the company's 100% owned Cangrejos gold copper project in Ecuador has world-class size. It contains over 20 million ounces of gold and 2.6 billion pounds of copper in resources. And a 2023 pre-feasibility study contemplates an open pit with average annual payable gold production of 371,000 ounces, or 469,000 ounces gold equivalent, over a 26-year mine life. Third, this is a potential acquisition target in Ecuador. As we discussed in our recent notes entitled New Big Players Entering Ecuador, a Rising Jurisdiction, more majors are entering the country, and Cangrejos could be a good acquisition for a producer looking for a long-lived major project. Turning to the nickel space, another top pick is Canada Nickel Company, or CNC, on the venture. We have a buy rating and a $3.50 target. CNC is a Red Cloud investment banking client, and Red Cloud owns shares of its stock. Canada Nickel Company continues to advance permitting for its flagship Crawford projects, and the company plans to complete resource estimates on 6 of its other projects in the Timmins area within the next year, including the recently announced resource for the Deloro deposit. In addition to project advancement, CNC may have another major catalyst on the horizon. The company recently announced a US $15 million loan facility with Oramet until January 2025. Twice before, CNC has taken on loans from Oramet, and both served as bridges to the announcement of major strategic investors. CNC has stated that it is in discussions with potential off-takers and or partners for its flagship Crawford Nickel project, and other strategic partnership could be a major catalyst for the company's shares. Alina, on to you.
Thanks, Tim. So on the lithium side, I just wanted to talk about Brunswick Exploration. We have a buy speculative rating on the stock, and I will note that Brunswick is a banking client. So Brunswick, they have a large land package in Canada, and they've also recently ventured into Greenland to start exploring for lithium here. I like the Brunswick story because they use exploration tools to quickly evaluate the prospectivity of a project and then move on if they don't find anything. This is exactly what they've done at several projects, and have decided not to pursue those projects after conducting first pass exploration. But they're now fully focused on the Mirage project in the James Bay region of Quebec. Initial exploration started at Mirage last summer, and to date, they have already completed about 12,000 meters of drilling and have delineated 3 zones of mineralization. So, from first exploration to drilling, 2 rounds of drilling now, they have moved pretty quickly. So I'll just highlight the central zone at Mirage, which I think has seen the most promising results. The widest intercept reported was 1.55% lithium oxide over almost 94 meters. So this was a pretty good hit. And I'll note that all 70 holes completed at this project have intersected mineralization at less than 150 meters of depth. And drilling has confirmed that this is a stacked system, delineating 9 dikes over a 2.5 by 2.5 kilometer area. So they do have about 12 million in cash, and they are kicking off another 5,000 meter program at Mirage. So there is plenty of news flow expected in the coming months. I'll also note that shareholders include the Osisko Group that owns 10% of the company, and management and insiders that own another 35%. So they are well aligned with the interest of shareholders. So overall, I like the story. I think they have a lot of upcoming catalysts, and they've got good exploration lithium prospects in Canada. And that's it for us this week. Thanks for listening in.
Thanks for listening to the Red Cloud Research Roundup podcast. We hope you enjoyed this dive into recent notable mining news. Remember, you can join us every Monday for new episodes. And as always, you can head over to redcloudsecurities.com to read all the research reports discussed, for all Red Cloud Securities free research reports, and to sign up to our email list. That's it for this episode, and see you next time.